What is up, guys? Welcome. I'm back. It's gonna be week one, and before we start, I just kind of wanted to to show you my draft class, my roster for the season. I made slight changes here and there. A good thing that I did find, if you're struggling with cap space, especially for a season or whatever, and you need to fill in the blanks on some players, when you sign free agents, go to the I'll show you real quick. Go here. Go to the free agents. Go to practice squad eligible, find players who are good and young, like this guy here or this guy here. Find good young players, sign them to your practice squad. When you go to your roster, you're going to promote them from the practice squad. If you were to just regularly sign them, see what it cost me: 2.58 million, 1.66 million. If you sign them to your practice squad, it doesn't affect your cap, and when you promote them, you only promote them for like 800 grand. So you're saving a lot of money. So, like example, this guy here, if you needed a good safety, he's young. He's a 72. He's 3.4 million against the cap. But when you sign him to your practice squad, that won't hit your cap. And when you call him up, it's like 800 grand. So anyway, a little bit of a hack there for you. That's kind of how I've managed my cap, because I was getting desperate. Like I said, next year I won't be. Tua and Ross, Murphy. I signed Charbonnet. I don't know if I did that on the last one or not. We got Zach Charbonnet. We have a proper fullback, but Madden, the 6'3", 271-pound behemoth tight end, is going to be my... I should change his face. That doesn't look like a Madden. Going to be my fullback, so I'll Russo be the backup. But at least I have one on the roster. Ward, Vincent are going to be my two starters. Now, Peck was starting last year. Peck's strictly going to be a third receiver and a slot, right, for now. Parnell, I honestly should have probably traded Peck or just let Peck go, to be honest, but I kind of wanted to keep him as a lifelong Dolphin. But I mean, this is my strongest position. I got three really good receivers, which is probably going to work out well in the long run for me. Churchbad and Hill again. Woodall, Walsh again, main backup tackle, can play guard. Avila now is going to be a main backup. He's going to be the main backup to the inside of my line, because George is only a couple of points lower than him, and he's only been the league 1 year. So George is my new left guard. Avila is my new backup guard, and Burden's center. Gray, the first round pick, is going to be a center, and Simmons is now my new right guard. He's got a ton of power. He's perfect there. Avila is going to be the new backup, and Levine and Walsh and Avila. In college, Avila was actually a tackle, so he can play both. Sulak, Hitchens, Boston. Robinson, Hitchens, Boston. I've got a really good defensive ends. Fisk, Jenkins, Kennedy, Jackson. I'm fine there. Campbell, Callan, Donald. Donald's the guy I drafted in the first round. He's a linebacker. So I've got some good linebackers there. Smith, Callan, Donald. Eaton is the other guy that I drafted, but he's not really in the rotation as much. Burnett, who's my number one linebacker, Callan and Donald. Callan's not starting yet just because he's 5 points lower than Campbell. Why start him? Smith is really good. If I have to re-sign Smith, I might let him go and just put Callan to the middle backer. I'm going to groom Callan to be like a field general linebacker. Dale, Lewis, Benford again, Carr from the trade last year. So I got really good. My top four corners are great. I'm going to have to deal with the slop that I have at the last two selections, but whatever. Hitchens, Wagner, in short, I think in my first or second, I think it was end of the first round. I think it was my second pick, actually, because I skipped him on accident, but it's fine. We got another safety. Spurlock, Wagner, short. Whoever's up to be re-signed, I probably won't sign them. I'll probably promote Wagner for cap space. Let's go down here to the important stuff. Slot receiver is going to be Peck, Parnell, and I'm leaving Church there. You're going to see certain players in different positions playing in positions they normally don't play in here and there. Same thing, Hitchens, Boston. Boston's been a really good fucking keep for me. Linebacker, Burnett, Callan, and Campbell. Callan doesn't start, but he'll be playing a ton. He's not actually on my official starting like my official starting roster, but he's probably going to end up basically starting because he's going to be playing in the nickel, which I have the 2 outside linebackers, and he's going to be playing next to Burnett. So Callan ultimately is a starter. Just in my regular base 43, which we're not in much, he's not going to be playing in. Because the other guys are better at those positions. Callan is better in this nickel type defense, so he's better than Smith. He's better than these other guys. So ultimately, my starting linebackers are Burnett and Callan because I run a lot of my base defense as a nickel because of the personnel. Corners, Benford, Carr, and I actually have Spurlock there because I'm so deep at safety and I'm not deep at corner. So Spurlock there is the other slot corner if I do need it. So anyway, let's play the first game.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Ravens and the Dolphins on Thursday night primetime.
All right, guys, we got brand new fucking uniforms, and it's the uniform is a combination of all of the uniforms from the past. So it's a little piece of every uniform the Dolphins have basically ever had. So hopefully you guys like them. Hopefully you'll think they're cool, and let's go.
Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Here's Richardson to start the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out.
Yeah, I'm going more of the deep color with the contrast with the white, so like the gray and the black, and then the newer helmets, which I don't mind the newer helmets, but I like the all white, so it's going to be the kind of white with the contrast with the dark blues on it. And I don't think I'm going to use white uniforms for the day games. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure that out.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
Now it's Jackson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Tua sets up to pass it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
They run again here with Murphy, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Now Jackson. That's going to be caught by Richardson. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Flowers. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to pass, Tua. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and a yard. Murphy running straight ahead. There's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. That good for 19 and a first down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On play action, here's Tua. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Here's Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Murphy. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
Be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Flowers going to go in motion right. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Jackson now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delayed game.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. In motion left goes a tight end.
Delayed game.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Flowers going to go in motion right. Play action. Now Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Delayed game.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They go play action with Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable.
That new tight end they got the fucking beast. Jesus Christ.
And found him for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Look at the big man rumble. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They give him a gain of 37. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays, as we just saw there.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 8 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to move back in front. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it. The guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point up. By Sanders, and the lead is now 10-7. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Slot man moves right. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Jackson now down around his goal line. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Now a give here to Murphy. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They need two. Here's third down. Tua going to throw. Looking for Murphy, and he finds him complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They go play action now. Jackson is going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So he stopped for no gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some good games starting in the early window on Sunday, and one of the big ones features the New England Patriots as they'll square off against the Cincinnati Bengals. The 4 o'clock games have some intrigue as well, especially up in Buffalo, where it'll be the Bills taking on the Detroit Lions. And then finally, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football with a good one between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. It was a strong first half from the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. On the handoff, it's Murphy. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Back to throw now on first down. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. That is caught. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. From the gun, it's Tua. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally down at the 32-yard line. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Tua sets up to pass it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, Murphy again. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Now here's Murphy. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Murphy again. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one. Take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run for it with Murphy. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw caught by Flowers. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Delay of game.
And they'll accept that penalty. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Jackson. Incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And this will be taken at the 13. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as good running gets him to about the 44. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Again, it's Miller. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 3. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Dolphins. The punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delayed game.
Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hits 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Boy, and now they can't
I don't know
even
what the Ravens are doing. They're not hiking the ball and shit. It's weird.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. Now Murphy. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Murphy trying to pick it up on the ground, shedding the tackle, and he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's Murphy. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now Tua. Over the middle, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That's complete right around the 8. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll run again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. A shotgun handoff to Murphy. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Ravens offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Now it's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Richardson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. Oh, what a juke into space. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Again, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw is Jackson. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Play action. It's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Boy, and now they can't even get...
Delayed game.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year always a special one, and love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season, partner. Can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season, and before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for Miami, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.